study like that. Anyhow, so stem cells and the from the stem cells they go for the commuter stem cells and they form the other pronormoblasts, intermediate, early, late, intermediate, late, and the reticulocyte and the erythrocyte. Okay, so to push the cell from this normoblast, that is stem cells, to the normoblastic stage, we need a erythropoietin. Okay, so once the erythroblasts are formed, we need iron to produce the RBCs. Okay, and okay, so what is anemia? So anemia means decrease in total number of circulating red blood cells, which decrease in hemoglobin. Okay, so if the adult male hemoglobin is less than 13 grams per deciliter, and it is called anemia. If adult female is having hemoglobin less than 12 grams per deciliter, it is called anemia. Whereas infants, children and pregnancy women, they are having hemoglobin less than 11 grams per deciliter, they are called anemia. Okay. So anemia is further classified into mild, moderate, severe. Severe is less than 6 grams per deciliter. We have to treat them immediately. Okay, we cannot wait for anything. Okay, we have to treat them immediately. The symptoms will be related to three things. One is three systems are involved, basically central nervous system, respiratory system, and the cardiovascular system. So all the symptoms will be related to that. Okay. And morphologically, they classify the anemia. Morphologically means by seeing in the microscope, they classify the anemia into three types. Okay, microcytic, hypochromic, normocytic, normochromic, and macrocytic. Okay. So normocytic, normochromic anemia, the example is anemia of chronic diseases. Okay, and microcytic hypochromic anemia, the example is iron deficiency. Okay, and if the RBCs are very large, that is called macrocytic. The most common reason is vitamin B12 and folic acid deficiency. Okay, so anemia may be due to decreased production of RBC. Okay, most commonest nutritional deficiency is iron deficiency in all over the world and in this country also. Okay, the most commonest deficiency is iron deficiency, followed by vitamin B12 and folic acid. Okay, the most common deficiency is iron deficiency, and if there is anything defect happening in the stem cell, it can produce severe form of anemia called aplastic anemia or pure red cell aplasia. Okay, so this inshallah we will be discussing in the hemolytic anemia. Okay, so in the kingdom, the most commonest anemia is iron deficiency, megaloblastic, and this basically due to the nutritional deficiency. Okay, and apart from the hereditary anemias, thalassemia and sickle cell, hemoglobinopathies is very common in this country. Okay, so mean corpuscular volume is to measure the size of the red blood cells. Okay, measure the size of the red blood cells. Mean corpuscular means RBC, mean corpuscular hemoglobin and mean corpuscular hemoglobin concentration. At least you should keep this in mind. Okay, because there are 5 indices very important. I am telling only the 3 indices. Okay, inshallah in the other module if you are able to tell, I will tell the other indices. Okay, so at least you should remember these 3 indices which are basic indices.
With the formula, what's the
yeah. No, at least you remember what I am telling now. Okay, MCV means size of the RBC, and MCH and MCHC shows the hemoglobin content of the RBC. Okay, if MCV is reduced, it means RBCs are small. Okay, they are microcytic. If MCV is raised, the RBCs are large. It is macrocytic. Okay, MCH and MCHC are reduced, which shows the hemoglobin is reduced. The RBC is hypochromic. Okay, so when the MCH and MCHC are increased, actually there is no condition which increases them. Okay, there are some conditions looks like they are increased. Okay, so keep this in mind. If MCH and MCHC are reduced, it shows hypochromasia, and MCV is reduced, it shows microcytic. MCV is increased, it shows
macrocytic.
macrocytic.
Macro or micro?
MCV is increased, it is called macrocyte. Okay?
طب دكتور وين decrease MCH و MCHC؟
So for example, iron deficiency anemia, okay? Or microcytic hypochromic anemia. So an iron deficient anemia is characterized by these four things. One is microcytic hypochromic heart disease and MCV and MCH, okay? And marrow shows hypoproliferative changes and reticulocyte will be decreased, okay? So how the iron get absorbed? So if a person takes the food goes to the stomach, it gets break and iron component comes out, okay? So technically speaking, they tell heme iron or non-heme iron or ferrous and ferric, but I better call it now as a soluble form and insoluble form. That is a function, how it gets absorbed. So soluble form enters the duodenum enters the upper jejunum directly, okay? And so site of absorption is very important in all these three things, okay? Iron, vitamin B12 and folic acid, okay? So here duodenum and upper jejunum, okay? Duodenum and upper jejunum. So when the iron soluble form and insoluble form enters the small intestine, okay? So they enter small intestine, the soluble form directly enters the intestinal cells. Insoluble form converts into soluble form and they enter. So once they enter, if our body has enough iron, they get stored with a protein called ferritin. Okay? So when it is needed, it will come out of the cell and they will transport it by a protein called transferrin and it will be taken to the bone marrow. In the bone marrow, our erythroid precursor, that is early, intermediate, late normoblast, has transferrin receptors. Okay? So they take the transferrin, they will take the iron inside and they will produce hemoglobin. Okay? So these are the main proteins involved. Okay? These three is very important. Ferritin, transferrin receptors. Okay.
Sir, why is it important to remember the site of absorption? Like, what is the relation of remembering it with knowing, like, is it related to some pathology?
So this is the problem. You didn't come for the class itself. Okay? I'm sorry to say this. Anyway, because you have to know this, that's why I'm telling that. See, we discussed, if you don't know the proper way how the iron gets absorbed, vitamin B12 gets absorbed, you cannot, then you have to memorize all the causes. I hope the student who attended all the classes, they will not memorize the causes. If they know this, they will tell the causes. Iron has to be in the food first to create a deficiency. Okay, then if anything happens to the stomach, they produce iron deficiency because the food cannot get break. Okay, food has to be broken down to give out the iron. So any disease related to the stomach, that will lead to iron deficiency. For example, gastric cancer patient, stomach is removed, automatically iron cannot get absorbed. Likewise, any disease which damage the duodenum and upper jejunum, that will remove that will interfere with the iron absorption. Basically, if you don't know how the normally get iron absorbed, you cannot even understand what causes iron deficiency. Okay, so that is a very, very important point of view to know the site of absorption. If the site of absorption is itself a problem, then it is an iron deficiency status. Understand? So in iron deficiency, and the bone marrow iron is reduced and serum iron is reduced, TABC is increased, percentage saturation is increased, serum ferritin is decreased, serum transferrin receptors are increased and they produce microcytic hypochromic RBC. It's very simple. Okay, if you want to keep it in a shortcut method, only two things are increased. Okay, what are they?
Serum
ABC and serum transferrin receptors. These two are increased, rest are all decreased. Understand? And they produce microcytic hypochromic. So you should not forget that TABC and serum transferrin receptors are increased. The most important thing is serum ferritin. Serum ferritin is decreased. That is the most commonly used biochemical test to confirm iron deficiency, and that is a test very helpful to evaluate microcytic hypochromic anemia. Okay, that is a very important test to evaluate microcytic hypochromic anemia and to confirm iron deficiency. Okay, see, this causes, it is, if you don't know the logic of absorption and you cannot understand these causes, okay, So this concept can be understood if you know it, because you need not to memorize this. Okay. So for example, if anything happens to the GAT, for example, stomach, gastritis or gastrectomy, that will lead to iron deficiency because food cannot be broken down. Okay. So it's not absorption in the stomach. Stomach is just they are doing a role of
it's
breaking down. Okay. And anything leads to the gastrointestinal tract, which leads to bleeding. There is a loss of blood itself. That will cause iron deficiency. So this all we discussed in the class. When there is increased demand, that will create a iron deficiency status if iron is not properly given to the demand. Okay. So for Plummer-Vinson syndrome, in the Plummer-Vinson syndrome, usually it happens in the middle-aged woman. They produce some esophageal webs that will block the digestive pathway, and automatically the food cannot enter. So that solid foods cannot enter, that produce dysphagia. If solid foods cannot enter, it will produce iron deficiency anemia. Okay, that is the thing seen in the Plummer-Vinson syndrome. See, all the symptoms will be related to these three things: CNS, CVS, and RS. And in iron deficiency, you have severe skin and nail problems. Skin, hair, nail is all affected. Okay. So this is a very important how to approach the microcytic hyperchromic anemia. It is very simple. There are 4 diseases comes under this group. There are many diseases, that is this 4 is very important. There are 4 diseases looks like a microcytic hyperchromic. Okay, then how to say which disease is what? Serum ferritin is very helpful. If you do a serum ferritin, if it is decreased, it is iron deficiency anemia. If it is increased, there is a chance for anemia of chronic disease or thalassemia. Okay. So, and if it is normal and they are showing microcytic hyperchromic, most probably of sideroblastic anemia, it is somewhat related to hereditary disorders. Okay. So you leave it. So most importantly, we should be able to differentiate iron deficiency from the thalassemia minor. Okay, that is very important because both looks like a same. Okay, thalassemia minor will not produce thalassemic disease. Okay, they are carriers. Okay, it has to be differentiated from the iron deficiency. The clue is serum ferritin. So in serum ferritin is increased in thalassemia and it is decreased in iron deficiency. Understand? Okay. Vitamin B12, and folic acid is needed for DNA synthesis. Okay, and vitamin B12, apart from that, it is needed for converting the homocysteine into methionine. Okay, homocysteine is converted into methionine, and methionine is used for formation of neurotransmitters. Okay, methionine is used for formation of neurotransmitter. Here, as a laboratory side, what you should remember is homocysteine. If there is no vitamin B12, homocysteine in the blood is increased because it is not converted into methionine. Okay, and vitamin B12 also convert this methylmalonyl CoA into succinyl CoA. First of all, you should understand I am not telling the entire biochemistry. Okay, entire biochemistry is very vast. When you compare with vitamin B12 and folic acid, entire biochemistry is very big to understand. Just I am telling what is important on pathological perspective, which will be increased. Okay. If there is no vitamin B12, what will happen here?
Not confirmed.
Methylmalonyl CoA in the blood will increase. Right?
Yeah.
So in the blood, if it increases, what will happen? They will break the myelin. Okay. There is a myelin covering in the nerves. Okay. They will break the myelin. They will produce all neurological complications. Understand? So if there is more methylmalonyl CoA in the blood, so how it will be excreted out? It will be excreted out in the kidney. So urine has more methylmalonic acid. Okay. So this is very logic. Okay. So 2 things are increased in vitamin B12 deficiency. What are they? Homocysteine and methylmalonic acid in the urine, and the blood methylmalonyl CoA.
Yeah.
Okay. These 2 are increased in the blood, 1 is increased in the urine. Understand? So once again I am telling vitamin B12 deficiency, homocysteine is not converted into methionine.
Yeah.
So homocysteine level increases, produces homocystinemia. Okay, increased homocysteine in the blood.